The DJ Roundtable Show is live. It's the DJ Roundtable Show. Tell another DJ about the show.
It is Tuesday night.
Please
It
subscribe.
is 8 o'clock. You know where DJ's at. I know where I'm at. I'm here with you. Yes, it is another DJ Roundtable. So make sure that you tune in and have fun. Sit down, grab yourself a drink, and join the rest of the crew here for tonight. To start everything off, I have an important announcement. This is the last episode of the DJ Roundtable. We are no longer doing this anymore. And the reason why is because, well, it's April Fool's. So I want to start you guys off with a little joke tonight. Maybe have you guys grab yourself like, oh my God, what? No, don't worry about it. We are here.
Save that for the
We
end.
will
What
be
the
here
announcement is?
for quite a while. And I want you guys also, if you're here and you got the joke, make sure you follow the channel over here on Twitch. Plus, also, I'd like for you guys, if you're on YouTube, there's this thing called the Beast. That Beast, she is a mean, mean woman trying to slay. And I have a hard time slaying that Beast. And if you could do me a favor, help me slay that Beast. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Give it the thumbs up. Share with another DJ. Do all that stuff. It'd be greatly appreciated. And, you know, again, it's one of the things that we want to build a fun community. Make sure that you give Chris some love there. He is looking for a nice young lady. You can find his information down below and send him some love letters. There you go.
Oh,
Sean is also a party guy. And if you need a DJ, he can DJ. I think he'll be Sean's DJ at Sean's wedding, whoever he finds. And then we'll bring Paul in for announcements because Paul has the voice. Jeff will be over there. He knows video, so I have him record. Hunter will be over there being an assistant. And, of course, Dwayne, the man, would also be the DJ for the other half of the night. Myself, I just want to sit back and eat some popcorn. But that said, hopefully you guys are enjoying tonight, enjoying everything. Again, I appreciate it. If you are new to here, welcome. If you are a subscriber, both on Twitch, which we're live on Twitch, or on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate it. And again, I want to hear your comments, critiques, criticism, tomfoolery, anything else you want to say down below. Please do so. And I see Mike. Let me pop the chat out. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. I see Mikey Mike down there. And
Hey, Mikey Mike.
you thought it was a Janice show. No. Nope, not yet. But Mike is having fun, and he's enjoying himself as well, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself. And again, thank you all for tonight. I wanted to start off with a question for the group. And this is something that's come up multiple times, and I want to hear from you guys. I look at marketing as a very important thing. And when you have a business and you want to market yourself at the right time and the right place, at an event, be it a wedding, school dance, corporate gig, or anything as such, that is not a place for marketing. That's a place to take care of the customer. As a DJ, it's not about us, it's about the event. We're there to take care of the client. We're there to take care of their guests. We're there to provide services. Now, if someone comes up to you and asks for a card, by all means. Some DJs have a QR code. Someone can scan the QR code and get the information. Not a problem. Where I end that with the names on the front of booths, big, huge displays, banners, pull-up banners, stuff like that. Again, at a wedding show or a DJ trade show, something like that, I don't have a problem with. If you were giving your services for free, donated, and the donating participant said, hey, put up a banner, that's between you and them. I kind of let that slide because, again, you're providing the services for free and they're asking you to put your banner up. Not a problem. But when you have a event going on, be it a birthday party, be it whatever, I feel, and again, when in college, I did take a little bit of marketing. little bit of business, I did in high school, and you need to know time and place. And again, I have no problem people marketing their wares. We're all small business people, but at a gig, you're not trying to market, you're trying to take care of your customers. Now, again, you're marketing yourself through your customer service level, and they will, talk to other people and say, hey, DJ, Sean, he's really great. Or DJ Chris did a great job. Or Jeff, he does fantastic work. Hire him. But when you have some DJs out there that have, again, full size banners, names on front of booths, and I'm not talking about a small logo the size of a stamp or something like that. I'm talking about full on, like on the front of their displays or displays behind them on video screens, showing their name all the time, their contact information. Follow me on whatever social media. I don't feel that's the right thing. Again, having a QR code, do people want to follow your Insta or Facebook or TikTok and having a QR code? I have a problem with that. So I want to hear from the group. And I'm going to start off with Hunter tonight. Hunter, do you feel that marketing at an event is good or bad? And if so, what do you market at an event? What don't you market at an event?
Well, I never market an event because I'm there doing the event. I'm there to DJ for the clients, and I never really done that before. But where I do market is I would go around my church or go around wherever and say I'm a DJ. I DJ weddings, parties, school, church, company events. Especially this past Sunday, I got an opportunity to DJ a party from someone at my church, and they say that they'll let me know. And I always do word of mouth, business cards, and social media. They can message me directly if they need a DJ, and I actually do messages saying if you need a DJ, let me know. I'll be happy to DJ for you all. And sometimes they say, no, we're good. We already have a DJ. We already got a DJ, and that just makes me feel bad. So I don't really market at an event, but before an event, maybe around my church or where around where my mom and my dad work, that's how I market.
Well, again, talking one on one. If again, talking to a few people off the event, away from the event. Again, I'm a problem with that. When you run someone, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a DJ. Oh, hey, you need a DJ for this, that. Again, that's fine. That's not a problem. One of the things also some DJs like to do is take their business cards and place on every single plate at a wedding. I've seen that, and I've heard that from facility managers that they have a pile of business cards at the end of the night because people are like, I don't need this. They toss it. And not only it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time you spent putting a business card in every single person's plate. And I feel that, again, it's another look at, kind of look at me. You're trying to make the event about you, not about the event. And I always say that we're, as DJs, the event is about the event. We're there hired to facilitate an event. We're there to work the event. And again, if someone comes up to you and asks your information, you give it a few seconds and talk to them, not a problem. But your focal point is the event itself. So I'm going to go next to Jeff, since both Carolina guys, North and South Carolina. Go from South Carolina to North Carolina.
Yeah,
Carolina.
Carolina.
So I can go from South Carolina to North Carolina. Jeff, what do you feel? What do you do? How do you do it? When do you market? When you don't market?
Uh, if it's a wedding or any event that I'm being paid to DJ, I don't market myself. I mean, I'm there for as hired help. Okay. The only marketing that I would do is just like you said, give out a business card if someone asks me for a business card. If I'm talking to somebody and they, mention or, if they say anything about me, like, hey, you're doing good. And I'm like, hey, thanks. Here's my business card if you know somebody that needs it. Not while I'm DJing, unless it's a long song. The only marketing that I do, and it's very subliminal, is I have a logo that's DJ GJ and a little cross. And I put that in my, video display on the front of my booth. And it's very small down in the far right-hand corner. barely visible, but it's there. And that's, I can turn that on or off at any time using virtual DJ. But most of the time, if I'm playing music videos, I'll leave it up. If I'm just playing MP3s and the video display is the logo or the couple's name or something like that, I'll remove that. I'll take that off. I do not want to compete with what is supposed to be there for the couple. So that's about all I do. Obviously, at trade shows, I'll throw up my display and give out business cards to everybody that I come across. So yeah, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I see DJs who, again, put on the front of their big, huge letters, their name, John's DJ service, they have a huge logo on the front, or they have, like before they do other things. Another thing I don't have a problem with, if you have a card holder and you have it on your table or you have it on your booth in the corner, someone can grab a card real quick. Again, that's fine. That's a very small. Or like I wear, my wife and we wear name tags. Our employees wear name tags. Our name tags are very big, and then in the corner has our logo on a name tag. So hopefully, maybe people will see it. Most of the time, they don't. Usually, they think Tracy is like a manager at the facility, or they think that we're the DJ service is part of the facility. It's like, no, we're a separate thing. Oh, Mike, he uses virtual DJ. That's what software he uses.
Oh,
But that's one of the things that, again, like before, it to me is, if you're at a gig, you're getting paid for it. You shouldn't be marketing at that gig. And I know some DJs have in the back of their laptops, DJ whatever. I'm not a fan for that. Again, that to me is just like another look at me and stuff like that. Now, I'm afraid someone's going to steal my computer. That's why I put the name on there. I saw I'm hoping to get the DJ on here, talking about stickers on laptops. And some of these guys had their back of their laptops covered in a bunch of stickers. And I look at him like, it's like, okay, it's great if you're like a 14-year-old, but you're a 40-year-old man or a 30-year-old guy. I don't know. I just look at that and go, again, I know people do it. I'm like, to me, again, this is me. I don't. I'm like, that just, why are you showcasing someone else? I know some people, oh, I use this brand and that brand of product, but to a customer, they just see a bunch of names out there. Kind of looks like NASCAR. It kind of reminds me of that. So, speaking of NASCAR and the South, we're going to keep the Southern feature here. Even though he was from the great state of Wisconsin, he moved down to Georgia. Still misses pizza up in Zion and Waukegan, Illinois. So he does have family in the northern Illinois and still in Wisconsin. So he goes and visits, and hopefully sometime soon I get to see Sean. But he also has a lot of great service down here in Georgia. What do you do? What do you think? What do you feel? How do you mark yourself? Do you use banners? Do you put the name on the back of a laptop? Do you dance around with a bikini with your name on it? What do you do?
It depends how much they're paying for the bikini. But I used to have the name on the laptop back like 2020. What made me stop is I got photos from a photographer, and clear as day, behind the bride and groom, you see my laptop sitting on my DJ booth with my company name on there. And that's kind of when I went away from putting the company name up onto the laptop. I've never done the banner thing. I think it's super tacky. Now, if we're doing a bar, karaoke, music bingo, something like that, we throw our banner up. It's a great place to get customers when you're out doing bar gigs. Little bit of marketing we do at a wedding, obviously business cards. We actually have two types of business cards. We have one for potential clients, and then we also have one that we give to network with other vendors. The one we give to vendors takes them to a link tree, has our Facebook, our Instagram, everywhere they can find us so they can tag us in the photos. It makes it super easy for the photographers and videographers then to get your info. Then for the couples, we have the QR, takes them right to our website, right to the landing page, so they see what we want them to see immediately. We do photo booths a lot. So that is the one thing we do a little marketing on is our photo booths. Every text message that gets sent out, it just says, hey, Thanks for using North Georgia photo booths. Here's your photo. Enjoy. Um, and then we do have a small little sign on our photo booth table for reviews for people. So it just says, leave us a review, little QR code. They can scan it, takes them directly to our Google page where they can hop on and hopefully leave us a nice 5-star review. And then we do the name tags too with the small logo on them.
See, I would say a bar or a karaoke gig, I still wouldn't put up a banner on just because it's a paid gig. And again, people who are singing, will they remember who it is? No, but again, they usually ask for a card. Again, giving a card, I have no problem with that. People give out cards. That right there's a second or two. And again, I'm going to go to my Midwestern brother there, Dwayne in Ohio. But before I do that, another thing I see, and again, I don't do it. I did it once reluctantly, and I would never do it again. Is have a customer come to a gig that we're DJing, and this was years and years and years ago. But we've made a policy since then. No, we're not going to do that. If we lose it, we don't get a client because of that. That's fine. But a client coming in and seeing you at a gig, what's going on, what's happening, kind of wedding crashing, because then you're taking away from what you're doing. You're trying to go to this couple and sell your wares to them versus concentrating on the people in front of you who are paying you. And I understand you want to get that next gig, next money, but the thing is, again, the other thing is you're kind of compromising, and then you're gonna do the same thing to their gig too. And that's one of the things that I've said is when someone says, "Hey, can I come see you?" Like, can other people come to your wedding then and crash? And oh no, I don't want that. Well, have consideration for this couple. You want to see stuff, that's why I do YouTube. That's why I do stuff, and it's one of the things that you want. Talk to previous clientele. I can give you some previous clientele to talk to. There's reviews on multiple sites, and to me, that is where I try and concentrate people to. But they say, "Hey, I need to come see you." You can see me in person, talk to me if you want to, at Starbucks or Panera, but crashing a gig, I would probably say no to it. So, Dwayne, in Ohio, and again, I know that you've been in music for a long time, teaching it, and you understand the music side. You've been into the business for a shorter period of time, and being a DJ and stuff like that, actually marketing yourself. When you market yourself, how do you market yourself at an event? Do you just, you only market yourself at a wedding show? Do people ask for cards? Are you one of the guys that does something at a wedding show or at a wedding? Do you do any advertisement at a wedding or an event?
Yep. I'm the guy that have the sticker on the back of his computer. And to me, it doesn't make a difference because if I don't have the sticker on there, you see a big white glowing apple. So it's no difference than having EV all over my speakers. It's not like I'm blaring and taking away from the couple. So I don't see a problem with having a modest sticker with your name on the back of the computer. And as far as the sign goes, I do have a sign, and the couples are aware of the sign, the request now. I use the request now app. So, and when I put the sign, I'll put it somewhere where it's not like right there in the, right where it can be seen when they take pictures. But I do have a sign, it's off to the side, and I haven't had any problems with it. As far as marketing, even though I just started doing DJ as a business, I always market it, and I always use social media to my advantage. So I have tons of video and whatnots up on online, and I have my website that I built up. So,
well, I know that Apple on a newer Macs got rid of the glowing Apple insignia because people, I guess, maybe for cost savings or battery savings, or maybe because the fact that people complained about it or something like that. But I know the newer Macs. I want to say, you guys are Mac guys, probably maybe 2024
Well,
on
yeah,
up.
you're right. You're right, because the one on my M3 Mac doesn't glow.
Yeah, I want to say it's
They
22 or
use the-
23 or 24. It's in the past few years. Apple stopped having the logo. It's pretty recent. And again, there's other manufacturers that do that too, have a glowing insignia on the back of a laptop. My laptops don't have anything on the back of it. Yeah, they're the company that makes them. They don't put a logo and they don't light up. So it's like again, now you know that there's other manufacturers that do it. And again, it's nature of the beast using the product. And again, it's one of the things that again, this is not this is not that I'm right and someone else is wrong. I'm saying this is what I look at it and how I do it. And it's one of the things that marketing is very important. Again, you have a small business, you're trying to get new clients, you're trying to make money. And one of the things like with you, Dwayne, I want to go back to you really quickly. When you do marketing at a wedding show, and you've done a couple wedding shows, right?
No, I haven't done any yet.
You haven't done any? Okay. Have you done
But
any
that's
shows
different
whatsoever?
though. If that's different. If you had a wedding show, then you would have your banners and all that.
Oh yeah, you have to have
Oh,
that up there.
mhm.
But I know you were looking. I thought you did one already, so I can't ask the question then. But the thing is that when you have your request now a banner up for your customers, so like, is it a small banner? Is it a big banner, or
It's regular size,
like a 6 foot
a
banner?
regular
Pull up?
size poster banner.
Okay. So you know what we have, and that's I want to say Vistaprint. We have three size banners. It's the same banner. They shrink it down. One to one, it's like I want to say it's like maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet tall that you can get. It's a little pull up. I mean, it has a little stick for the back of it. It goes in a little bag. We have that for wedding shows where we can't pull our big banner, have a medium sized banner and a small banner for the table. That right there, if you wanted to do a QR code, that'd be a nice little thing for a QR code to put somewhere. That way, you know, we're carrying a big banner. Because that's the other thing also. Banners they're not heavy, they're long, and trust me, after all the wedding shows we just did, it's one of the things that's you got to put on top of everything because it's so just long and takes up space, just soaks up space for something you need, but sometimes having a smaller banner is better. So I'm gonna go to Australia before I go to New York, and the reason why is that because I want to get perspective from another country, and Australia does things differently than we do here in the States, and I wanted to know what you do. How do you market? How do you do things? What do you do? Do you have your name on the back of your computer? Do you pull a banner out? Do you put your name and lights above you? What do you do?
I make the couple wear branded merchandise. No.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
No. It's like no signage at a gig. Nothing on my laptop. My laptop is it's an Infinity gaming laptop, and all it has is the Infinity logo on the back, which is just literally a sort of like a sideways 8, and it's a silver color. It doesn't light up, and so there's no advertising of me. If someone wants to hire me, they come and ask for a business card. That's it. It's like it takes it to me. It kind of looks a bit. I don't know. It just doesn't. It takes away from the event. It's like it's not about you. Yes, you're the entertainment, but the day is not about you. It's like yes, you're an integral part of the day, but it's not about you. It's about whoever's hired you, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, a corporate function, or anything like that. And like everyone's most people have said, it's like the day you put up signage and stuff is usually at a trade show, or if you're doing like a community festival and they've said, "Oh, can you DJ?" You put a sign up if the event organizer says it's okay. But more often than not, they don't have a problem with that sort of stuff. But for a paid where a client has paid you money to come and play for them, it doesn't give you automatic rights to I get this is just my opinion, and opinions are like bums. Everyone's got one, so it's yeah, putting each to their own. If it works for you, that's okay. If if you choose not to do it, that's okay too. I guess it's like everyone has their own way of doing things, and if that's the way they do it in their particular market or area, who am I to say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that because, but for me, and from what I've seen and learned over the years, I've never had to put a sign up or anything like that. I carry a box of, the Vistaprint business cards with me, and if someone asks for a business card, yeah, no worries, there you go. Oh, thanks.
Do you
Have
have
you got one?
Vistaprint
My
down in
sister's
Australia?
getting. We do.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah. What is it? A bit like the Step Brothers, worldwide.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's like yeah, like I said, the business card thing works for me. I at the moment, for some time I haven't had a website, so it's like I rely on word of mouth and the little Facebook page that I have, and nothing too extravagant. I'm a solo operator, so I'm not I guess
Multi-up.
a Hollywood DJ, so to speak. And we know who the social media Hollywood DJs are, and I'm not that by a long shot. I'm just me. So, um, you know, I'm not after I do 72 million gigs in one year. It's like
Yeah, and
you know,
that's the thing is that, again, I see I've like probably half my friends have their name on the back of the or a logo on back of a laptop. And again, I'm like, okay, it's one of the things like it's the sticker. The stickers I think are like, again, it's like Pioneer and all these other brands, EV and whatever else on the back of a computer. Again, that's why I feel it's more. It's like hodgepodge, it look like luggage.
yeah.
Well, the
I,
name's
I
on
mean,
there,
even if you're a club DJ, having all these I guess equipment brand stickers all over the back of your laptop. It kind of looks to me. It just looks crap. It sort of makes it doesn't make your setup look sleek or anything. Um,
Maybe it
I
makes
mean,
it look edgier. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know.
I do have to say that DJ Jazzy Jeff, he has one of those what they call sticker lights on the back of his laptop, and it lights up. It looks like the Star Wars. It's in
Oh,
the
the
same
fire
font as Star
lights.
Wars, and it actually says the magnificent DJ Jazzy Jeff, and it lights up, and it does look effective. But he's DJ Jazzy Jeff. He doesn't have to prove himself. People hire him because he's phenomenal on the decks. So
Yeah, yeah. He's one of those
he's
guys. But
if
again,
and I
it's one of the
and
things that
yeah.
there's a lot at play here. Let me go through before I go to Chris. Mike said if people want to book you from that wedding, they will make a point to talk to you. I've had several clients ask to come to weddings, like you said, wedding crashers. Kevin, in his infinite humor, says he has TBM productions all over the place and try to do a mediocre job. That is just fantastic. um, they did away with the backlit prior to 2019. That's what Mike is saying for the Apple logo. And then he's never done a wedding show yet. That's what Mike said. And then Kevin said, I know one down here if you want to do one. Oh, okay. That's for a wedding show. That's for you, Dwayne. Um, and then, weddings, I know wedding shows, that's one of the things that with marketing with that, that's a hard one that you need to have brochures, you need to have things because again, you want to tell a client what you're able to do. And again, that's your marketing area there. That's a place you want to market. You're going there to market. That's the reason why you're there. I'm gonna go to Chris, who does DJing and foam parties. And I know it's a little bit different with a foam party, but what do you do for advertising? Do you market? Do you have banners up? Do you have your name anywhere? Do you have stuff marked saying, hey, this is Christus foam parties? What do you have? What do you do? How do you market?
Well, for private parties, I actually do not set out anything. Okay. I will have business cards, or due to other guests coming in, I have a signed right there on my right. Okay. Behind there of slippery disclaimer, has my insurance information cards there, and it does have my company logo information, because they're going to need to know that if an accident happens. Do I have any contact information physically on it? No, but only in a QR code. So if they want it, that's where they get it. But all the disclaimer stuff, because I have to post that even at a private event. That's a big difference compared to a DJ or a wedding, a Sweet 16. I would never at a private event for DJing put out material directly, except maybe a business card holder sitting in my area. That's it, where it's not visible by all. But hey, it's right here. Here you go. It just seems to me definitely absolutely tacky to upfront your services when someone's paid you money to be there. Now, when it comes to a community event DJing, yeah, I don't think a best thing is a huge banner, but I'm sure these day and ages, I mean, I love Jeff's idea when he's got that little symbol on most of his videos and stuff, and he cuts that away when he has client privileged photos up. That's a great idea. I think that's a smart way. So that way people see when you're playing certain videos that, hey, that's just your logo. There's no contact information. Oh yeah, I recognize that guy. He's really good. They'll make a point of it. So it's not really about you. It's just visually there. Hey, it's good to see him. He's doing another good event.
And
that's a recognized piece. And it's not flaunting it. He's not flaunting it. That's a great takeaway. And I love Sean's takeaway, on the vendor business card and a client business card. Those are great ideas. I'm going to borrow some of them.
It works great, because we were giving out our normal business card, but
Yeah.
it just took the other vendors to our website.
Mhm.
They don't care about our sales stuff. They want to get to our links to be able to tag us fast. So
Yeah.
having yourself set up a nice little link page works great.
I do know one thing years ago when I was, roading for many other wedding DJs, that they actually had in their reviews, when everyone was using business cards to a mailer to physically mail cards to guests, or not guests, but to the wedding themselves, the bride and groom, after the event. And one question is, would you be available if I have potential clients talk to you if they want to book, and would you be an advocate for my company because I did such a great job? And that was that way guests can have a direct contact from a previous client. Some guests said no, some said yes. It's just how well you did a good job at their event, and are they willing to be talked to you about maybe one of your potential clients. I've seen a couple of companies do that years ago.
I still reckon the branded merchandise thing is a good idea.
Oh, I'll definitely be having branded merchandise. Absolutely. Something I'll be adding onto foam is hopefully soon is portable miniature golf courses with obstacles.
See, one of the things is like your foam party is kind of like a bouncy house, kind of like a merry-go-round. Exactly. It's a little different. It's a different animal. It's not the, more of a corporate event, or more of a wedding, or more of a quinceanera or something like that. That's more social.
It's a community event.
It's a little different. Someone having sliding down a foam trail, basically a huge slip and slide, which you need to have insurance stuff like that for, just like a bouncy house. Or again, a little bit different kind of thing. You need to have the information, especially depending on the state. Sometimes states require things. Different municipalities require things. And that's one of the things you want to make sure you know the law in the area. If you have to, show, a state or a county says, hey, you have to have a sign that says, what business you are. Here's your information. Here's your insurance. If something happens, it's kind of like, certain companies you have to have that for, or certain requirements.
I have to have the SDS sheets right available in my thing. I have printed ones, and I have another QR code that sends you to a Google Doc file of the SDS sheets for the material of the foam. So I just make that all available and out front, and, I just make sure that everyone knows. And I have a It doesn't look gaudy, but it's an informational, like, hey, you're gonna partake in something that can be dangerous. You know.
Yeah, and again, you decide to sit there underneath underneath the foam machine with your mouth wide open, decide to drink gallons and gallons and gallons of it.
Yeah.
Again,
You'll puke
there's
that up
people out
quick.
there who are not the sharpest, and I would hope that you would say, "Hey, stop that!" But someone did that. You need to have that sheet ready in case you got to go hold the authorities, and someone has doesn't feel well. It's like this is what it is, and the person has to worry about it. And again, there's a lot of things with every aspect when we as DJs do things. We're trying to do a purpose. We're trying to do things for a purpose at a certain time and have a certain feel to things. And if someone is doing something and someone else comes along and says, "Hey, have you tried this, tried that?" Great, no problem. And that's the whole entire thing is if you're doing something and someone else says, "Hey, try this, try that," it's not a bad thing to try other things. That's
No.
not the thing I'm saying. The saying is that when I do stuff and when I look at things and I see things and I see, and I want to say it was Matt brought it up because he has his name on the back of his computer that, someone, a client's not happy with what happened. Maybe take a picture of that computer and put a bad review somewhere. That could happen. Again, he was talking about that, and if I remember correctly, that was the essence of the talk. But it's one of the things that, again, we want to market ourselves. We want to be able to get new clients. I'm not saying you should not get new clients. You should not talk to people. I'm saying
But you
that,
don't want to
again,
stuff
you
it down
have
their
to.
face, right? You don't want to be obtrusive to
No, no,
what the
no.
event
And
is
that's the thing
about.
is that,
And that's exactly what I see what you're saying is
yeah, you want
you
to be
want
cognizant of the fact that you're trying to take care of the current client, and that's a big part.
yep,
Yeah,
The
get this.
absolutely. You care.
Oh, get this. I've been DJing for the same client so far this year, and that's Bridgewater Academy.
There you go.
I've
Mhm.
been, I've been doing school event after school event. I mean, I need like a wide array of like different clients, not just the same ones.
And that'll grow over time
I hope
as
so.
people hear from you. And like you've been doing word of mouth,
Yeah, word of
honestly,
mouth, business
it is
card,
the best way to get
social media.
referrals is word
Yeah,
of mouth. What does it cost you?
nothing.
Goose egg.
Yeah.
Nothing. Exactly.
So
If someone truly, truly likes you, they are going to blast your name like this is a guy who knows what he's doing and
Yeah.
we like what he's doing.
yeah, again,
But
word of mouth is always good.
definitely.
I want to go back to Dwayne real quick. Dwayne, when you market your business, where do you market your business? Do you do Wedding Wire? Do you do not? Do you do ads on Facebook Marketplace? Do you do anything like that?
I have Wedding Wire. I had the not, but I dropped that one. So it's just Wedding Wire. Um, I have a free account on Get Salad. Um, then Google. I ran some Google ads.
How does
But
Google
other
work
than
for you?
that, huh?
How well does
I wanna
Google
know,
work for
how's
you?
Google for you?
It's hard to tell
Hmm.
because my situation is now everybody's acknowledging me as a DJ. Before they knew I did music, they didn't know I did DJ. So I don't know if it's from the Google ads or is it from the Facebook promo videos that I've been putting up. So it's
Mhm.
almost like I do them all almost at the same time, so I can't tell where it's coming from. And then I'll get I have like a event questionnaire on my website. Then I start getting feedback from there. So it's coming from all over. So now that my name is getting out there and they're getting used to seeing me put out content. And so
Yeah,
that's,
I tried that Google thing, and all I got was bullying, harassment. So
You have to
I had to take it down. I had to take it down.
you have to know
but
how to set your parameters on Google.
I didn't think anything of Google until I joined this DJ company, I Shine Entertainment, and their main thing was that I didn't have any Google reviews. And I noticed once I started getting some Google reviews, it was like magic. That's when everything
The
Took
door
started
off.
opened up for
rolling
you.
in. It's almost like
Okay.
you had to play that part or put out, pretend that you're that person. And once
Dwayne,
I
do
got the
you feel,
reviews in, people have been calling.
Dwayne, do you feel if you've asked clients to put in a Google review for you, do you think that would have expedited your positivity of what happened with Google itself for your business?
Yeah, because the way I word it when I text them like the day after the event is like with the company, there's like different tiers. In order to
Hmm.
move up on the tiers, they look for reviews. So I
Hmm.
use that as a hook to say I'm trying to elevate within the company. Can you help me out with a Google review? So that's how I've been working it, and it's been coming in.
And if you don't mind me
Do you think it's,
asking, how much
I'm sorry.
usually you spend a week, a month? What we usually how much money you usually spend on Google Ads?
I just ran a Google Ads the one time. It was, I want to say a couple of hundred,
Okay.
whatever the campaign was, and then after a month or so, I stopped. I did it twice. I did it and then stopped, then did it again because again, it was at the time that I had just retired, so I had to transition into getting a paycheck only once a month as opposed to every other month, and then trying to figure out my monthly budget.
So Dwayne, when you did your campaign, did you have any reviews at the time or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
It
you
came
definitely
it
feel
came
if you had a
after,
few reviews from clients before you did the paid advertising campaign, you would have gotten better results, you feel?
or that I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Most definitely I probably would have got more. Now I'm having more phone calls or
More leads.
inquiries.
Okay.
So at least I'm seeing a growth in that. If I
And that's
don't
the
book
important
it,
thing
at
is
least I'm
is
getting
is
a
that
growth.
That's
yeah.
important. Leads
And
and
then
inquiries. Yeah.
with a lot of people, sometimes it's just a matter they looking for a DJ, but because their event is so far off, it's now a priority. So
Hmm.
now I'm realizing that I need to, after I don't hear from them after a couple of days or a week, to always follow back and not take it as if I'm being like a stalker.
You
I'm
don't want to
just
be
following
pushy.
up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All
You're
right.
just doing it as a courtesy follow up.
So
Yeah.
I want to see a show of
Bless you.
hands. I'm going to say names of, marketing. You can say services, companies, whatever. And when you use that for marketing, just raise your hand. Okay. Now I'm going to first go off with Google. Who here uses Google Ads or advertises with Google? Pays for that. So Sean does. Dwayne, I'm going to put you in that group too
I
because
did. Yeah.
you did it once. Um, and then I gotta lower your hand. Lower hand. There we go. It does that. It automatically sees a gesture. Who else did Google? Anybody else does Google Ads? Okay. The Knot. I pay for the Knot. Okay.
I looked at
Wedding
it.
Wire.
I looked at it, but it's just too expensive for me.
Oh yeah, it's not cheap. Wedding Wire. Okay. Wedding Wire. Okay. Facebook ads. Oh, Sean. Okay. And then Nathan that uses Facebook ads. All right. So to you guys, how good do Facebook ads work? I'm gonna go with Sean first, then go Nathan.
So Facebook ads, my Instagram does better than Facebook. Um, and they do not do as good as Google. Our social media ad spend, I want to say, is like only 200 a month. Google, we do 500 a month, and I'd say 80% of our leads come through Google. Um, Social media, couple of months we get out of it. So I'm not as big on the social media ads as I am. I think Google AdWords is definitely better than Facebook, Instagram, Meta. Especially Google ads will cover you on YouTube and any other Google ad partner sites. And the main thing, social media and Google ads, is really honing in on your target demographic. You need to be setting your age ranges. You need to be setting, don't bother targeting males, target females. They do 90% of the planning. You might lose some for the few males who do the planning, but you're going to help eliminate your competition from seeing your ads, clicking on it, and costing you money. You can target engaged couples. You can target how long they've been engaged. You can target their shopping patterns. If they're researching wedding dresses, wedding venues, those are all parameters that you need to put in to your social media and your Google ads to get a good return out of them.
Yeah, and that's the important stuff is trying to edit the marketing so it goes towards something. And yeah, Mike, I know that Wedding Wire purchased the Knot because I've been with the Knot for a very, very long time. And when they bought them years ago, it was very interesting. And now it's Wedding Pro, but they're still dealt. It's two separate entities. So even though you may have an account on Wedding Wire, it doesn't go over to the Knot and vice versa. So if you advertise on one, you may not be on the other. And in like the market here, Wedding Wire and Knot, they're both the same price for me. So they charge Wedding Wire the same price as the Knot for the same area, same geographic area. It's like, what website do you want to be on? Nathan, what about you? What with Google ads or with Facebook ads? Where do you get? How do you get it? How well does it work for you?
So, um, like I've never really actually paid to get my ad in front of more people. I think I'm about to. I actually was just talking about that today with a friend of mine. So, but I think I'm going to do the Facebook ad deal. I know a friend of mine has done it multiple times for his business. I mean, he gets a call here and there. I mean, he has a landscaping business. So, I mean, you get, I guess it would be different than a DJ business, or a wedding DJ or whatever. But I always am looking, like when I'm out Walmart or I'm out somewhere, I'm always looking for the girl that's got the engagement ring on. And like I'm walking down aisles, going doing what I'm doing. I'm always looking when I pass a girl. I'm looking, does she have a ring on? Does an engagement ring? And I'm like, hey, sorry to like interrupt, but I saw that you have a pretty nice ring there on your finger, and maybe you're going to be getting married soon, and I would love to offer my DJ services. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. You got a card? Absolutely. I got a little spot in my wallet to actually keep cards in. So I just pull my card out and hand them to them. So, I mean, that's one way that I have got some business. It's just, and a couple times, their fiancés, the guy's been with them. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to hit on your woman. I'm trying to get business here. And they're like, oh, no, we get it. So
you'll get their business, but then you'll get a black eye before that wedding.
Oh, yeah, well,
better watch out.
Hopefully not.
As long as the check's cleared, it's worth it, I guess.
So Kevin said, post your business ad at a wedding engagement ring place. A lot of especially here, a lot of jewelers, independent jewelers, yeah, corporate jewelers, they have partnerships, and if you start getting into that, it gets really expensive very quickly. You get onto their list, and they don't put an ad out. They have like, here's our preferred friends that you can go visit. Same thing with with wedding shops that do bridal dresses. The independent ones, yeah, they'll let you put some cards there. But I dealt with Tracy. I dealt with Davis Bridal, and again, they have their website. That's where you could post it on. And again, you have to look at it, see if it's beneficial for you to do that. That's one of the things that marketing. This is the ideas of where do you market, how do you market, and what do you market for? There is a venue here that I'm preferred vendor at, but they're having a show coming up that is more quinceanera based, and I don't do quinceanera, so obviously I'm not going to do that. But if you're a quinceanera DJ, that's one of the things. Is there a quinceanera event that you can go to and show your wares at a quinceanera show versus a bridal show? And that's the thing is, what do you want to do? What do you specialize in? What can you offer? And again, if you can do quinceaneras and there's a show in your area that does for potential clients for quinceaneras, hey, you may get maybe an opportunity for you to go in and take a look at it and say, hey, Let's do this. um, Now, again, Dwayne, I know you did it once for Google. Would you do it again?
Mm, maybe, but also I might try Facebook ads. Just try a bunch of different ones and then
See which one works
circle back
better?
around.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's always return on investment. So if you're putting out, and I thought you said a couple $100 you said you put out initially, and again, Google, Sean, for Google and Facebook and Instagram, you put out, you said a couple $100 as well for advertisement, and that's the thing, is how much business comes back in. And even like Hunter, giving out business cards, how much business comes back in. um and then Jeff, for you, when you go and market yourself, are you do you keep business cards in your wallet? Do you uh go to places? Do you do anything to market your business, as far as any kind of advertisement anywhere? Or
Yeah, I keep business cards close by. I have a little wallet that they fit into. I carry them with me I mean, not on me, but they're in my vehicle. They're in my DJ gear, so they're close by. I don't really go anywhere and hand them out. I make phone calls to schools, and just word of mouth is how I get all of my gigs.
Same here.
Um, yeah, it's I'm the type of DJ who doesn't want to work every weekend. So, for me, it's if a couple times a month, 2, 3 times a month is plenty. That's all I want to do. It's not my main source of income. And even though I'm retired now from my day job, I still don't want to do more than that. So I do the amount of marketing that I care to do to get the jobs that I want. I don't want to get too busy and not enjoy doing it anymore. So to me, it is fun, and I enjoy that. So it's mostly just phone calls, word of mouth, um, and and the only place a couple of venues that I have been to really enjoyed my video display, playing music videos, and they've asked me to lead cards. So I've left business cards at a couple of venues, and that has turned into a few weddings and a few other events here and there. So
yeah, that's one of the things also. I want to see a show of hands. Who here is a preferred vendor at a few venues? At least one venue a preferred vendor at? Two
Bridgewater
venues?
Academy. Well,
Three
technically,
venues? Four venues?
What do you mean by that, buddy? Are you talking like someone that you're actually on their list for that
Yes,
they can get
you're
their,
on their list when they ask,
okay. Yeah.
who do you recommend for catering? Who you recommend for DJ? Who you recommend for photography? And that's another thing, is if you're looking for, is talking to the manager of the venue you're at. If you do a real good job and you talk to them, you get to talk to them throughout the night, either him or her, and I use your term there. Um, when you talk to them and you're explaining to them what you do a little bit, and you get to know them, at the end of the night, hey, do you have a preferred vendor list? Oh yeah, here's we have a preferred vendor list. What do I need to do to get on your list? Well, you got to come here 4 times, and we get to see you 4 times. Okay, no problem. And then you write that down. You keep note of it, so when you go back again, and you go back and see that person or another person, oh hey, I worked with so and so before. Are they still here? Yeah, they're still here. Oh yeah, I worked with them before. They were great, awesome, and this is what they told me to do. So I'm trying to do the same thing. Is that correct? And that's one of the things also, is keeping yourself on the preferred vendor list is very, very important, because they're a vendor on that list is going to get probably a little bit more of a bump. And also the customers look at you as an expert for that venue. So they know that when you're there working on stuff, that you understand what needs to be taken care of. You know how to get it out of the place. You know the kind of the ins and outs. You know how they do things, how well things fly. If there's something that you see, like, okay, by the way, Dinner's going to take longer than they say because the fact that they make everything fresh. You never want to say anything bad. You always want to say stuff positive. And if something is not 100% because the venue does whatever, never talk it as a bad way, talk it as a good way. Uh, Paul's got Okay, there you go. Paul raised his hand. It came up and switched around my screen. But that's the thing you want to look at is when you talk to them, it's a partnership, and you want them to rely on you, and you basically want to rely on them, and you also want to make sure you talk to them. Yeah, Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that you were saying preferred vendors. I've noticed probably over the last maybe 3 years or so, from time to time, you'll get DJs that will say that some venues require DJs to pay them $150, $200 to play at their venue. As a DJ, you're getting hired by a client, but then, I guess, kind of like the old mafioso sort of, hey, in order to play here, you need to pay the cheese tax, kind of thing. So has anybody ever experienced? I know I've never here in Melbourne in Australia, I've never experienced it, but
Yeah,
I
there's
have heard it.
places like
It is
that.
a bit of a practice in some venues across the states.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
some facilities, not so much here in Chicago. We did have with one venue, we're a national venue, so they had more than one location, and we paid for the preferred vendor. But we got the list of every client every single month. I got a list of everyone who signed up to went to the venue. The downside was that we weren't the only DJ they had to pick. They can go any DJ they want to. For paying, if you're the only DJ that they can choose, you had to decide is that good or not? Is that enough money? They're charging you, and this was not a small fee, but not a huge fee. And Tracy and I were like, okay, let's see what happens. We got a lot of weddings off that venue, and unfortunately, the company went belly up. The owner,
Why?
yeah, the owner got himself in some trouble. I remember correctly. But the thing is that it's one of the things that things change. And Mike was saying here, one of the big venues in his area was bought about 3 years ago, and they just let everyone go and got rid of their vendors list. That happens. New ownership comes in, they change the staff over, and then they eliminate all the vendors there because they have maybe some of the vendors are friends with the staff there and they want to go to a different direction. I've seen that. And all you can do is, if you're a preferred vendor on that list, is reach out to the new ownership. Say, hey, I was a preferred vendor there before. I really like your venue. Can I come talk to you? See if you can set up a meeting and talk to them and explain to them that yeah, I had no problem with the staff there before. But again, wherever the owner decides to change, it's the owner's prerogative, and that's the thing. It's their business. They do what's best for their business. So it's like you had to do what's best for your business. And, it sucks when it happens, but it does happen from time to time.
Yeah.
With that said,
Well, yeah, in South Carolina, I've never really experienced anything like that. I've never been that lucky to be a preferred vendor except for at a school, but
well,
yeah.
there you go. You're still a preferred vendor.
Yeah.
You're still the
Well,
person
I
they go
mean,
to. So,
around here, like there's some venues that I mean, they don't make you pay to be there, but they want you to have insurance before they will let you DJ there in
That's
case
standard
something,
practice.
yeah.
no, how many venues? I can tell you the venues I call up and say, ask questions before I go there. Do you need a copy of my insurance? No, I don't need a copy of your insurance. I'm like, really? If I was the venue owner, I would want, hey, you know what? Your photographer, your DJ, they have insurance just because the fact that, if they make a mistake and something happens, someone has to have liability. And that's the thing is that, you want to make sure anyone comes walking in that those things are taken care of. Yeah, again, I understand small businesses and some DJs are like, I can't afford insurance. I understand that, but the thing is that, it's one of the things I feel if you're a business owner, you have a business, you should have some kind of insurance to protect not only yourself, but also if something goes awry, you also help your clients out. And I think that's one of the things I'd love to talk about and bring in an insurance expert for them to talk about. And again, it's all varies from state to state, even to country. That's always different. So, we got a spammer in the chat. Anyways, we're going to go out. Of course, you gotta love spammers to come in the chat. We're going to go out here tonight and end this. But I want to thank everyone here again. That's always great. We have a great amount of DJs here. Always great information. Lots of different thoughts, all different ways of doing things. And it's one of the things that maybe give some people food for thought, and maybe sit there and get some ideas on how to spend some money. Again, you have Dwayne that went from nothing to getting some good business off of just spending a few bucks on digital ads. And you have Sean spend some money. He gets a lot of his business that way. And you have other people doing other social media or whatever, and that helps out. And that's the big thing, is that marketing, there's no basically book to tell you how to do it. Ask people, talk to people, say, hey, what works for you? How does this work? And that's the whole entire thing. We're small business people. We're trying to spend money wisely because every dollar counts. But also we want to spend money properly. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to put money out and then get nothing out of it. That's just, it sucks. It sucks. Do a wedding show and get nothing out of that wedding show. It sucks. And that's why return on investment is always important to look at. So tonight I'd like to have Jeff take us out tonight because, why not? Jeff, can you do the honor, sir?
Hey, sure. Thanks everybody for joining us this week for the DJ Roundtable show. Hope to see everybody back next week. Until then, have a great day.
Peace. Thanks, everyone.